Hello, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's play with the evil demonic Cavalier. This will be the last episode on the series because it was mainly a way to see what was the mythic path was and choosing the evil demonic path. And we achieved that. We also wanted to check the Cavalier and how it would work with the mounted combat. We didn't really get the chance to see the mounted combat. That's why I'm making the last video here. I just want to have a good, nice charge, I guess, with my mount and see how it goes with all the bonus from the Cavalier and the bonus from the Mythic Path as well. So what I did is I drank a potion of reduced person. I mounted the Smilodon, and then I casted Enlarged Person twice because at this time, and I think it's a bug definitely, the game doesn't automatically dismount you if your size gets bigger when you're already mounted. So I think in the full game it will be fixed or changed, but I just wanted to have a mounted combat. That's why I kind of bug exploited a little bit here. So alright, and so I'll try and find a combat, do a nice little charge, see how it goes, just to have a feel for the Cavalier, and then I'll end up with the overall impression, and yeah, that will be the end of this series. So let's get to it.
Right there, something. See?
We do it my way.
Okay. Just give me one fight. That's all I want.
Onward.
It might be a
Oh
trap.
wow. Oh wow. Both. They've been touched by some kind of evil corruption here, the demonic corruption.
I lead, you follow.
It's locked. I will save because I don't want to fail the check to look to open. Who's? I think it's her. She locked things, right?
This one was beyond me.
We do it my way.
Oh, there it is.
Won't be halted.
I don't think I necessarily need to follow everyone, do I? I can just send the tank just in case he attacks. If the Quasit attacks, will be. Oh no, teleported everyone. Okay. Okay, nice. We have some fight. Although I don't really like those ones. And I mean the middle of everyone. So I'm not even sure I can have a proper charge here.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
I wonder what lies behind.
So get here. Maybe I should have stood a little bit more back
The light. Take you.
to try and make it that he goes on her and doesn't go in melee with my paladin, and hopefully I can have a charge on one of the last. So that's not great. I might get closer, and I might not be able to have my mighty charge. Oh yeah, they killed the caster, so I can't even try and control them. We'll try and sleep him. Nope. I'm not really surprised. We probably had very high saves.
I'll rip you apart.
He actually played already. So maybe that wasn't the best choice. Oh no. Okay. And I cannot charge anyone. Oh no, that is the worst. I just wanted to do one thing and the game doesn't even allow me to do
Out of
it.
my way.
I wonder if I can... I don't even have my mage to try and control them. Let's see. Let's see what else can be done. Let's try that. I only checked the upper part. I didn't check the lower down thing. He was completely immune to lightning. Yeah, he saves. That's not looking good for our charge. I'm really not doing a lot of damage. At all. Oh, it was... Oh, okay, no, I had a miss. Then my cat attacked as well. Twice. Okay, so when I attack with my character, both take their turn at the same time. That's pretty cool. But that also negates the benefit of having a reach weapon, because the game forced me to go in the range of the mount. In range for the mount to attack, I mean. So then the Cavalier would not benefit too much from having a pole weapon in these circumstances. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Because I'll probably want to play Cavalier for the release of the game. Oh, okay. Right. Let's load. Hopefully we can find another place where we can just have a fight. And not having to go through all that bullshit. Just want to have an easy fight, man. Well, a normal fight. Or can I? I'm not even sure I can have maybe we can find a fight in the main city. No, we don't want to rest yet. I'll rest here. No, I don't want to enter. Let's rest. There you go. Let's enter. Okay, so um apparently we cannot get back to the city. So even if I wanted to get back and eventually complete the quest I did not finish, I could not do that, or is it a bug? I'm not sure. Okay, so I guess I'll just not try and have... Oh, no, I can just enter that place. And maybe they will have... Oh, no, that's the exit. Yeah, well, I'll just forget the idea about having that one last glorious charge. Still saw that the combat was interesting with the mount attacking at the same time as the Cavalier, and also knowing that having a reach weapon with the Cavalier would not be necessarily beneficial, which is strange because usually Cavalier would have very long lances to have an extreme reach, and then only hit with their weapon a very big attack to kill their enemy in one blow, which still seems to be the case. They have quite a few feet to front load their damage with one charge, but that is strange that well, I don't know, I'll have to experiment a little bit more before talking about it. So I will just finish off the video quickly. It would be a very short video with a little point-by-point thing about the suggestions or my main take on the game. Overall, I think I'm very optimistic about the game. I think it has a lot of potential, and it keeps a lot of great things the previous game had, Pathfinder Kingmaker. Obviously, in the current state, there's a lot of bugs and things that doesn't work, but I'm not too concerned about that. There's still quite a few improvements I think they need to make, especially in the UI and UX, the feedbacks to player. Sometimes it's a bit weird to know what you are expected to do. I mainly have in head the big fight when you're trying to defend your headquarters in the city, where the fight is very chaotic and you try to defend from all the swarming enemies and stuff like that. I think they could have a much better job at have some UI element be displayed to have a very clear objective for the player, especially for players who are not necessarily accustomed to the genre or to the previous game. So that is one thing. I still remember the little fumble I had with that quest item, the prayer scroll. That when I looked at the log and I saw prayer scroll, I thought it was scroll of prayer, and it actually doesn't even look like a scroll. So the icon might be placeholder, but I'm surprised they probably have some kind of design documentation about naming convention and things like that. And because having a quest item that is pretty much the same name as a very mundane and common item, that might seem like a details for a lot of player or persons, but to me it kind of scares me in a way, because it kind of makes me feel like I kind of doubt them over processes, and I'm like, do they really have convention about how they name their items, because that's maybe the only instance in the game, and I hope it is, but that doesn't really make sense to have an important quest item having almost the same name, and that could be easily confused. I got confused. Maybe I'm dumb, but you know, in game design, like you usually try and protect players from themselves as well in a certain way. So I hope they improve that. Have and it goes with the same UI UX feedback. Uh, it falls under the same category, so I think they have some improvement to make here. The next topic is obviously the feats. I don't really have someone to level up right now, but the feat and selection of the feats, it's a huge list. It's very hard to go through it. Search system would be nice, but I don't think a simple search would be enough. I think they have to have a hierarchy and some kind of organization on top of a search, because when you start the game and you don't necessarily know Pathfinder's rule set, you don't necessarily know the previous game they had, you don't know what are your options, and you don't know what you want to search for. So to me, a search would be an amazing addition, but it's definitely not enough for the amount of feat and all the options they give to the players. And it goes the same for the mythic path. The mythic path has a lot of mythic feat, but they need to have a hierarchy to maybe they can group them, and maybe they can have for example, let's say outflank has unlocked some other ones, so maybe you click on outflank and then you can see below all the other options that you might get later on, so it gives you a better idea. Or maybe, I don't know, all the combat or the magic or something like that. A simple search would be good, but to me it's really not enough. They really need to make a lot of effort on that end. Otherwise, I still think they should make a little better job at making the player find their basic 6 companion more easily. When I played the first time, I didn't know anything, and I cannot try and rush and didn't read the text. Barely explored some areas, and at some point I was thinking that I was missing some companion, and I probably do miss some companion. I probably didn't see some of them, and I can see a world that some player might just not have all 6 companion when they do the mission to unlock the mythic path. After you do the mission, they give you a cleric. Maybe they should just give you that companion before, to make sure you have at least 5 or 6. Because I can definitely see some player. It would not be many players, because I think most players playing those games will tend to try and explore everything and see everything. But still, I think they could still make a little better job on that hand. Make sure the player has a better start, having 6 companion very easily, and then they can miss anything if they don't want to explore, but have a more sturdy base, let's say. So that is something. Also, in the beginning, the initial cutscene with the dragon, I know it's not final. I know it will be improved. Just a little detail I would like them to maybe consider is in the current state, we see the dragon in human form killing someone, then she transforms into a dragon, and after she does that, she gets instantly killed. Well, I think it would be just a little better to have her transform into a dragon, then kill someone, and then she can get killed. Because it flows better, it gives you a better impression that, oh shit, she's a powerful dragon and she can wreck people's face. And then, oh shit, there's someone even more badass than her that just one-shot her, what the hell? So that's just a little detail. I know the current state of the cutscene is not final. I don't know how they want to change it. I just would hope they would keep in mind that I'd rather see a dragon in dragon form lay waste on the enemy before it gets killed instead of killing people while in human form, getting in dragon for nothing, just getting killed by the way. So now about the discussion choices. A lot of the time the evil choice are like some kind of psychopath, I want to kill everyone, and I don't know, we don't see too much, and it's not final, but Pathfinder, Kingmaker tend to have that kind of choices as well. I wish they would make it a bit more subtle in a way, or more, I don't know, more appealing to have evil choices in certain discussion. I think it would be super cool to make evil choice appealing to good characters, because that would create a really good tension and sometimes, and that is at that point where you have a real choice, that an impactful choice that you have to make. Let's say you're a lawful good or neutral good or whatever, but then you have the choice to make an evil choice that is really compelling for you, but it's evil, but it's still very appealing, and I really would like them to try and create those kind of tensions in the game. I don't think I've seen too many in the previous game, and hopefully it's something they will try and explore in this one. Maybe we saw the paladin helping the demon girl. Maybe that's a little hint, because I do not think the lawful good dwarf paladin would necessarily help a demon for nothing. So there's something interesting here, and I think it would be some fun choice to expose the player to. Then on to one of the subjects that is really annoying to me, the skill checks. I really despise the random skill check. Having, for example, a perception check that fails and that you cannot try again until you level up and put some more points, and that is awful. I think they should just remove the randomness or make it less punitive. I remember one skill check when the party was going through I don't know, the marketplace map. And then the first time I went through, the perception check worked, and I saw that, and I had some loot. It was cool. Then I had to reload. I go through the same place, but all the perception check failed. So when I see that, I'm like, that's not great. That's something that needs to be improved here. And even if they want to keep it that way, I mean, they want to be faithful to the rulebook, so I'm fairly sure they will not change the skill check. I do not like it, but I'm fairly sure it would remain the same. It was like that in Kingmaker. It's I believe it's how it works in the pen and paper game. But when you play the role-playing game and all your party miss a skill check, you still have the DM to try and find a way around it if you miss a critical thing or some some good loot or something. And if you miss it there, maybe they'll put it back later on. But in a game like Pathfinder, you don't have a DM, to balance out the bad luck of the player. So I hope they would just, I don't know, maybe at least tell the player they missed something. Because all you have right now, it's at the bottom right in the logs. You have perception check, skill failed, and that's it. And if you don't pay attention to the log at the right time, you will never know that you failed a check of perception here. And to me, that is definitely, it's something else that you can say it's a UI UX player feedback improvement they can make. And yeah, that to me it's a big one. I really dislike those checks, especially the perception, because it's very unforgiving for no reason. And so yeah, if people miss them and you want to keep the same system, fine, but at least tell the player more clearly that they missed something, so they have the chance later on to get back here and try again to find it. Please. The last one is the last topic I want to talk about is mostly the performance of the save files. It's something I mentioned in the earlier episode of this Let's Play, and I really hope they improve it. And sadly, I think one of the easiest way or the best way to improve that is really to just delete most item. Maybe they have to keep when you leave a place. They can still keep the pop-up telling the player, hey, you have all those loots that you can still pick up. Do you want them? And that is a great thing to have in a game. However, anything that is not critical or maybe unique items, they should just get rid of those. Like, who will want to get back in the previous map just to get a, I don't know, a +1 dagger? I'm like, really? No, just nobody wants it. Nobody. Or like a glaive like that. It takes a lot of memory space. Just not one, but the amount of items over time, it will take a lot of space and will hinder the performance of the game overall. And there's a reason why there's a mod for it, and I think they should acknowledge that and just fix it in the new installment of the game, because it is a, to me it's a big deal. It's a big performance issue when you reach the late game, and there would be a much needed improvement in my opinion. So that is all the kind of feedback I will tell them, and probably some other things I'm not thinking about right now. But to finish off, I'll just say it again. I think it will be a good game. It has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to play more of it. I'll probably do another playthrough of it, like trying to find a lot more in the original city at first. I will probably try to explore and do all the quests instead of... why can't I move my camera now? Okay, I guess I found another bug. So, but yeah, overall I think it has a lot of potential. It looks super cool. There's a lot of interesting things. A lot of things that I skipped and I'm not aware of, and maybe some people think that would be screaming at me saying, yeah, you've missed so many things. Yeah, I kind of tried to rush it through because I just wanted to see the Mythic path, and I wanted to try and see the Cavalier's lance charge, but yeah, even there I couldn't see it. So hopefully you find it interesting, and I hope you are still interested in the game, because although there's a lot of bugs we've seen a lot of little annoyance here and there. I think it has a great potential, and I think it would be just an amazing game. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I won't say I'll see you in the next one because there won't be a next video on the Let's Play. Maybe later on I will make another series about another playthrough on the beta. I don't know yet, but for now I'll take a bit of rest, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Bye bye.